Hello guys, I'm Isaac and thank you for joining me on this video showcase on AlgoQuant Studios. Anyways, let's get started on AQS. So once you've downloaded the AQS, there's the main project section over here, which can also be opened from here as well. So you can go in and create your own strategy. We can quickly do that here. So test free and then enter in our workspace. Let's just create it here and create a project. Then basically you would get given just a blank canvas. So what this does in the background, it also creates your project directory and initializes a Rust program for you. Whilst this is compiling, let's just go over some of the configurations. So you can select a time frame. Right now it's just set to 1 minute. Execution risk is essentially top level percentage risk that you can assign for the whole strategy. And essentially you can have access to all of that on basically the alpha level, alpha models or the insight pipes levels as well. So over here is basically just a file tree structure. So you can see the different backtests, the hyperparameter backtests as well that you did, and your live metrics, but essentially it's just showing you the files that you've created over here. So another thing is the hyperparameters. So you might notice that over here, these are built-in alpha models. So there's no code required to actually like set these ones up. But if you wanted to create your own ones, you just left click or double click on max. And essentially over here, you then can just type in alpha model. So new alpha model, select that and then call it, I don't know, AQ test, and preferably just one word or in capitals. So what this is doing is also creating the file for it as well. So it's easier for you to access and basically start editing. So over here, you can see that this file has been created. So over here is how you would essentially configure your data feeds. So we have the actual data feeds and also the execution feed. So the difference with this is that, say, for example, you want to use MT5 for like actual data loading. And on the other hand, you want to use I don't know, like interactive brokers for the execution layer. You're able to do that and basically map them together however you want to through the code logic. But essentially from there, once you've basically created a strategy, you're then able to backtest it, you'll get these backtests, and then this is essentially how all of the backtests and all the hyperparameters and backtests will essentially look like. And you're able to then come in here and then view some of them. These numbers are huge, but over here you've been able to see all the individual positions that were taken. Clicking on this, you can also see the quantity and also the times of which these orders were executed and placed in. And any additional parameters and state events that you've basically added to this state log over here as well. Following that, you also have the analysis tab, which essentially gives you a further breakdown as to what the strategy is actually doing and where basically the edges in the strategy which you created. More of these analysis panels will be getting created over time, but again, we would just need to finalize the actual core functionalities of the application before moving on to more specialized features. So, and again, over here, you're able to see more information as to like all the positions, all the different symbols as well that were in the strategy. So another big thing with AQS is the AQI, which are AlgoQuant and insights, which are basically like AlgoQuant papers. And essentially, the idea behind this is that you're able to then create papers that people can then review and add comments to and share strategies along with backtests as well. So, for example, this strategy over here has like a backtest associated with it. And this backtest is one of my own backtests, which I've done with one of my strategies. And the idea is that when someone's reading this, you attach a backtest strategy to showcase that the strategy is performing how it should be performing. And essentially, once we click on it, they're able to get the copy of that backtest and then inspect it. The other thing with papers, so how to create a paper, you can basically create an account first of all, and then you're able to then go to this section, my papers, and then this will give you the option to create a new paper. So papers essentially just taking a title, which is the first like line that you would basically see, and the description, which is at the top when someone actually clicks on it. So, but the most important things I would basically say is the ability to add other people's references and papers as reference papers. So by doing this, you're able to get this paper as a reference paper and obviously be able to like click into it and then basically have it as a quick link or an additional resource that other readers can go over and read, um, which basically supplements your own paper. So over here, we can go back to it. And here, this one is for adding your own public backtest. So it essentially makes your backtest public. But anyways, once you then have like a strategy running, you can then go in here and select the strategy itself. And essentially you just get like a deeper breakdown as to like what that strategy is actually doing. Again, then the insights that you see over here are the same as the ones that you would essentially see in the backtest, like trade logs like this. But it has the current market value and also the current P&L in real time updating for you whilst you're viewing that. So in the future for AQS, we're gonna probably think about creating the funds architecture for it. So essentially, we would ideally want to allow people to create their own kind of like ETF structure style product that essentially allows them to host a live running strategy and also have people invest into it, and also marketplace. So for this, it's basically to sell different insight components or alpha models. Like some strategies might have like AI alpha models, which take time for like individuals to create. But like if you're willing to create one and then basically share that with the community, you can either charge a fee or release it to the community for free. And essentially something that we want to be able to support in the whole AQ ecosystem. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be like a really big feature when it comes out. And because we would also be able to share full strategies as well. If you... Thank you guys for taking the time to look at AQS, and yeah, I'm really excited for the future.